Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're doing something a little bit different today. Mike Carr from ACI Boats just called us and said they dropped one of their new 32-foot Bristol Bay gill netters in the water in Port Townsend. And we're going to show you this boat today. Just a ton of systems on this boat. This is a limit gill netter for Bristol Bay, right? One of the largest commercial salmon fisheries in the world. That fishery is worth about $2 billion. And it takes a specialized boat to be successful and make money in that fishery, right, Mike? And that's what we have right here.
That's right. Yeah, so in Bristol Bay, it's really important to get shallow. So this boat has jet drives, so it doesn't have any running gear, and it has about a 10-degree dead rise to keep it shallow. But we also have to compromise that with ride quality. So on this boat, we incorporated a very fine entry. We were trying to find the perfect balance between ride comfort and shallowness and handling. We want to be able to maneuver not only at low speeds with the the extra maneuverability that the jet drives offer, but also up on a plane. When you get a really flat boat, they can be very hard to control at higher speeds. So we've aimed to build a boat that's very controllable at all speeds.
Mike, in the Bristol Bay fishery, speed equals money, right? So I know you've got some serious power below decks here. What do we got going on here, buddy? Let's lift these up.
We have 600 horsepower, 8.3 liter Cummins.
Wow.
The 17-inch water jets. Right now we're looking at the 600 horsepower Cummins diesel engine. Mm-hmm. It's coupled to the 17-inch water jet made by Hill Innovations. Over here we see our exhaust system. It's made out of stainless steel, so it can take some heat in case the water supply is interrupted. You see this keel cooler recess. This engine is dual circuit keel cooled, so it has no need to take raw water from the ocean. So in Bristol Bay, you're dealing with a lot of sand, and gravel, and mud, and it wears out your raw water pumps, and it leads to lots of cooling failures. And these keel coolers eliminate most of your issues. Over here we see the fuel filtration system. It also has a secondary water separator, or a pre-water separator here. This blue thing on the back of the engine, that's a hydraulic pump. There's one on each engine. And that goes over to this hydraulic distribution panel. Almost everything on this boat is powered by hydraulics. Power roller, gill net drum, washdown. It's all, the refrigeration system itself is all controlled by hydraulics.
Now, Mike, you've got additional access to get below decks right here too, right, buddy?
That's right. If you're ever deck loaded.
Which hopefully you are all the time, right?
Yeah, every day, hopefully. But you can still get into your engine room.
Okay.
So when it's all hands on deck, when you're really into the fish, and even the skipper's picking fish, you can still maneuver the boat from here. You've got your buckets, your shift and throttle, your jog stick for steering, and here's your hydraulic controls. You've got your gill net drum, your power roller, and your washdown hose from the middle lever.
So, Mike, this boat will pack 19,000 pounds of sockeye, right?
Yeah, under the hatches.
And judging by all the hatch covers, it looks like you've got 12 different holds in here to distribute all that weight.
Our hatch covers are composite. They're made out of fiberglass and foam core.
Looks like they're lightweight, so they're easy to get off and on. And
yeah, they weigh about 22 pounds.
yeah, you're in and out of there all the time, aren't you?
Yeah, every time we unload,
Yeah.
there's somebody down there.
Mike, now that we have the hatch covers off, you can see the RSW system in here that keeps your fish cold.
Yeah, so the cold water comes in through these pipes, sprays on top of the fish, and it's sucked out of the bottom through that grate. The water is chilled by a 10-ton PacWest refrigeration system. The unit's hydraulically driven, and it has a transomatic condenser to reduce cooling system failures. So this is the power roller. This is Maritime Fabrications Big Bay roller, built for Bristol Bay. The net comes over this. It's wound on the drum. And this device here is called a level wind. This moves back and forth automatically to go stack the net on the drum perfectly so it doesn't stack up on one side.
Before we head up to the pilot house, Mike, you've got deck access to your head right here, and you guys also hang your rain gear in here, right? Let it dry in there?
That's right. It's also heated in here.
Look at the visibility in here, which is key, right?
Yeah.
For sockeye fishing up there, you got to be looking for jumpers, looking for fish finning.
Yeah, and it's also really important to not run over nets and run into other boats. You need to be aware of your surroundings.
And I love the lookup windows as well. That's kind of a new thing for you guys, right, with these boats?
Yeah. Well, it makes sense in Bristol Bay. We're pulling up to big tenders, and we need to see above the horizon sometimes.
Got a great air ride seat here, Mike, and then I love how this dash is laid out, buddy.
Yeah, so we have our engine controls, reverse buckets, steering. We've got two 10-inch Garmin displays, our engine displays and controls. Over here we have an autopilot. And here are the backup controls in case you have a control failure. This will activate steering. We'll steer with this rocker switch, and this will operate the reverse buckets. Redundancy is really important in Bristol Bay. You need to keep at it. It's a short season, and you can't afford to lose any time.
I love all the rigging and how open it is down here, Mike. And you being a longtime Bristol Bay fisherman, I know you can appreciate how everything is labeled in here as well.
It's really important to be able to make sense of your wiring in case of an emergency, and it's very neatly laid out. It's some really good work here. Yeah, this is the Blue Seas 360 series custom panel. We were able to lay it out the way we want it, and it was shipped to us like this from the factory. We're able to incorporate features like the voltage meter, the amp draw, and 12 volts and USB charging.
Mike, this is a good sized day bunk for the captain right here. And then you've got additional controls over there as well, so the captain can run the drum and the joystick as well from in here.
Yeah, so the entire boat can be controlled from this joystick, and this lever controls the gillnet drum. So the skipper can sit in this position and operate the boat while the crew just picks fish. So we've got a huge sink for a boat like this. We have a propane stove. A lot of older gillnetters in Bristol Bay use a diesel stove, which doesn't cook or heat very well, but the gas stove for cooking, and we have a diesel furnace for heating, which has us at a comfortable 73 degrees. We have tons of storage, lots of counter space, and a microwave, added level of convenience. We've got lots of storage underneath the counter, under the sink. Right here, we have a refrigerator and a freezer. This whole unit is about 7 cubic feet, which is very large for a Bristol Bay vessel.
Now when it's time to refuel, got this great table in here.
I bet we could squeeze 5 in here.
Refuel and get back to work.
If you had run into the unfortunate situation where you do have some downtime, you got your TV.
Now, Mike, this also folds down into a bunk.
Here's the cushion.
Okay.
And these table legs can be loosened. The table drops down.
Table drops down. So you got a spot for one, and you've got more bunks up front here.
So with the table converting to a bunk, we have accommodations for 5 downstairs.
Then, Mike, this owner opted for a fly bridge. Just climb up there and check it out. Up here on the fly bridge, Mike, I see 3 storage boxes. One I just had my foot on here, one underneath the pilot's seat, and then another one behind you. And then, of course, all the controls that you would expect to see on a fly bridge.
Yeah, so you have your steering, reverse bucket control, throttle shift. You also have a joystick. We have your engine displays, as well as the exterior light controls. There's also a window down here, so the operator can reach through it and change the channel on his radio. There's also heater vents that are heated by waste heat from the engine to help keep the operator warm. 2 12-inch Garmin displays that mount here, as well as a satellite compass for the autopilot.
This boat weighs close to 30,000 pounds.
Yeah, it's about 28,000 pounds light ship. Want to have some fun with this thing?
Yeah, man. Lay her over, buddy.
Let's do a spin out.
All right, I'm going to sit down. Jeez.
For a lot of years, and for most of the history of the fishery, most boats are pretty sluggish, and it's really limiting. It opens up a lot of possibilities to be able to get around fast. A boat like this is really a big advantage, especially when it's during the peak of the run. There's a lot of fish around. You have speed to your advantage, so you can get around faster than your competition. It holds a lot of fish. You can pack well, put the fish away, and it maneuvers well. It gets shallow. There's not a lot of situations you can't bring this boat into and come out okay.
Thanks for taking the time, Mike. Appreciate it, man. Always great to get by ACI, obviously. And I've always wanted to step on one of these Bristol Bay gillnetters. Had a lot of friends fish on the bay over the years, and I've heard all the stories, but I've never actually got to step onto one of these boats, and this thing was just incredible. 19,000 pounds of fish below decks. The speed, the power, all the systems in here, just an incredible piece of machinery, buddy.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun building it, and we really have a lot of fun showing it off too.
There we go, 32 by 16.5 foot ACI Bristol Bay gill netter, built to deliver the highest quality sockeye salmon in the world to the market. What do you think about this boat? I think it's pretty cool. Love all the systems and the fact that this is just a hardcore work boat. Drop your comments and questions down below. As always, we'll catch you next time here on Live the Boat.